Hey, welcome to my late night Saturday night live stream. Just waiting for people to join in. CM Punk, you're a hypocrite. You turned me away. What's up, Moses? How you doing, buddy? Hey, Brian, how's it going, my main man? My main moderator. You turned me away. How you guys doing tonight? On the late night with Brett Mix. Take a chair. I only got one question. What are you drinking? You turned me away. Well, it's 9 p.m. my time, but it's midnight Brian's time. I'm on Saturday night, 9:10 p.m. Brian's Sunday morning, 12:10 a.m. Turned him away. 12:11. Where do you live, Moses? Thanks for putting the thumbs up, guys. Thanks for liking the chat. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. So thanks for liking the video. And thanks to whoever just hit it again. So, people want to talk about the Montreal screw job, but to me, the Montreal screw job is a topic that has been beaten to death by a dead horse. But backstage, there was a lot of interesting things that happened in Montreal. You want to talk about what happened afterwards? Vince McMahon wanted to be the good guy to both people. So he goes into Bret Hart's room. Bret Hart is ready to have a shower, and he says, if Vince is still here, I'm going to knock him out. So Vince McMahon, stubborn as he is, waited for Bret to shower. And then when Bret Hart came out of the shower, Vince was still there. So Bret, like he said, knocked him out. That was what the black eye was for. Vince's son, Shane, immediately jumped on Bret. Bulldog grabbed Shane and separated the two. And everybody else got in the middle, like Gerald Briscoe and all those kind of guys. Pat Patterson, those kind of guys got in the middle. But yeah, Vince and Bret were being looked at over by Bulldog. I'm sure Owen was in there too somewhere. Yeah, if Bulldog was there, surely Owen would be. And yeah, he knocked him out. And then he confronted Shawn Michaels about this. Are you listening to this stuff, Brian? Because you probably have an opinion on this. You're the one that requested the topic. Good. Yeah, so Bret Hart's wife rang out Shawn Michaels and Triple H because they knew more than they were saying. They had the guilty look on their face. Bret Hart's wife said, what goes around comes around. And Triple H, I don't know if that has really worked for him, other than the fact that he's had quad injuries and, you know, his heart problems and whatever. But other than that, Triple H's life has been pretty fucking glamorous. So I don't know if it's come around full circle with Shawn or Triple H. I'm not sure about Shawn Michaels' personal life. Okay, cool, Moses. Get comfy. So yeah, he punched him in the face because he got a black eye. Vince has just got his head down, saying, I've done what I've had to do. And Sean says, my God, my hands are clean on this one. I swear to God. I swear to God, my hands are clean on this one. And he's like, his God is my witness. Yeah, so he's such a big God guy now, but he lied about knowing or not what was going to happen. Um, so that's partially some of the story. I think L.A. Knight, the Supling Siblings podcast. Hopefully you joined my channel. I hope you subscribe, buddy. I think L.A. Knight or CM Punk will win the Rumble. And the women, God, that's hard. That's really hard. I absolutely have no prediction for the women. I would have said Tiffany Stratton had she not won the title. I hope Charlotte doesn't win. The Suplex Siblings podcast. Join my channel. I'll join yours if you sub to my channel. So Charlotte, is she returning for that? Like for sure, or is that just a guess? Thanks, bud. Is it just a guess that she's coming back? I'm curious. Yeah. Well, what would be cool would be if AJ Lee was a guest. A guess, I mean. AJ Lee's theme would go off, and that would be pretty cool. If her and Punk both won the Rumbles, get it? The same couple? That would be interesting. But back to Montreal, Brian. What are your thoughts on backstage? What happened? And Souping Soup podcast, not to get you to go everywhere, but Brian's got a YouTube channel as well. You should subscribe to Brian too. He's looking for his 325th guy. I'm looking for my 580th, but I'm pretty sure you got me my 580th. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Montreal? I'm interested to hear Brian's thoughts on what, because you requested the topic. Yeah. Ooh yeah, dig it. Or went on behind the scenes. Shawn Michaels said, "Oh my God, my hands are clean on this one. I swear to God." And he went, "His God's my fucking witness." That's what he said too. His God's my fucking witness. Brett's kid's in the room, and he's like, "Fuck, fuck, fuck." My hands are clean on this one. I swear to God. Brett should have just said, "You lying son of a bitch," and Brett should have just gave Sean the black eye instead of giving Vince the black eye. You should give Sean the black eye. That would have worked out better. Jacob Fatu will win singles gold this year. I'm going to go with no. Just because only so many people can win singles gold this year. His hands were not clean on that one. He knew it all along. It was a part of the storyline feud. Yeah, Shawn Michaels knew everything. And then he acted because he's so afraid of what Bret Hart thinks. So he acted like he was shocked when it ended. He looks at Vince McMahon and yells at him. And like, what are you doing? This is supposed to be my championship win, and I've got to win it this way. Fuck off. That's how Shawn Michaels reacted after the screw job. If you watch him closely, that's what he does. He like just looks at Vince and does his little what the fuck, and then walks to the back or runs to the back like a pansy. Like an American pansy. No offense to the Americans out there. I just had to give a shot. I'm Canadian, so Brett's Canadian. I thought it was disgusting when Shawn Michaels wiped his nose with the Canadian flag. He picked out his nose with the end of the Canadian flag. Who do you think will win this? We'll do a Solo since he lost to me. All right, well, the thing about Solo is he's pretty much booked like a jobber, and he's supposed to be the leader of this new bloodline. He's supposed to be a part. They're calling this guy the tribal chief, and he can't even win a match. And then you got the Judgment Day, and then you look at their most intimidating person was it Finn Balor, and he loses all the time too, and he's not credible. So the two top stables they got are the Judgment Day and the Bloodline, and both of their top two guys, job left and job right. How are we supposed to take it seriously? And yes, Shawn knew it all along. You think Jacob will turn on Solo down the road? It's a possibility. If anybody wants to win in their next, just feud with Solo. If you want to win, if you want to start winning matches, just feud with Solo. Can't believe they had Solo beat John Cena when they did nothing with Solo. It's a good idea, the Suplex Siblings podcast. What's your name, man? I can call you something other than that. But it's good to talk about Montreal here and there. I like to just bury that subject because it's like beating a dead horse. But every time you talk about it, it just brings back memories. So, all right, Landon, I'll call you Landon. It's better than calling you the Simplex Siblings podcast. Yeah. If you're new to the channel, join my channel. Say hello in the chat. That's how I like to meet people. Like Landon here. Hopefully it's not too late where you are, Landon. It's only 9 o'clock p.m. my time, but I realize a lot of people are in the Eastern time zone. So a lot of the people, it's their midnight. Yeah, Landon, if you haven't already subscribed to Brian, he's got a good channel. He's looking for his 325th subscriber, so it's a little bit of a milestone. You gave me my 580th subscriber, so I really appreciate that, buddy. Do you like Jacob Fatu, Landon? I imagine he's busy subscribing to people right now. So, what else about Montreal did you want to talk about, Brian? How about Earl Hebner, the guy that told Brett backstage, no matter what, he'd be doing everything right down the middle. Obviously, not right down the middle. It's not real in the sense that he didn't know who'd win. But he told Bret he would never fuck him. That's the thing. He said to Bret, I'm not going to fuck you. And he went back on that. And he ran his ass out of the ring. You know what's funny? Jim Cornette says that he actually came up with the screw job, but he didn't do it at the time. He just did it as a joke backstage. He said, "Well, if you want to get him to pin to drop the title, just put his finishing move on and tell the ref to ring the bell." And Jim Cornette didn't know it at the time, but that idea got out there that way. And Jim Cornette didn't know it at the time, but that idea got out there that way. And Cornette says in his podcast that he came up with the idea, but not for Vince to use it with Bret and Shawn, but for that to be used in a situation where a wrestler didn't want a job. So that's interesting. That's interesting to me. This Jim Cornette says that he inadvertently came up with the idea for the screw job. Now you cannot believe Jim Cornette. Some of the things he says aren't really believable, but most of the time he's telling the truth. So it's a little bit wishy-washy. You either can believe him or you can't, or you don't have to. I choose to believe him on that front because it's not what would he have to gain. He says he didn't want to be the gun that came up with the idea. Now that it's caused all this shit stir, he says I don't want to be known as the guy that did this, but I did. All you do is you copy and paste his name into the YouTube search bar, Landon. It's all good, Brian. We got it. You know, we're all good. It's all good, Brian. So yeah, Hebner got his ass out of Dodge, and Briscoe is just telling Shawn, just walk forward, just walk forward. And there's Triple H in the background. Geez, Triple H just had to be a part of everything. I'm reviewing for my channel, Raws and Nitros, early '98 right now, and Triple H just had to be a part of everything. You could tell this was in his blood, and he wanted it to be a big deal. Yeah, Brian, I told him how to do that. He'll be the one that has 324. If you see a bunch of things, because when I searched his username, that's what popped up, how many subscribers he has. So, what else about Montreal did you want to discuss, Brian? But yeah, Triple H, if I talk about the early 1998 Raws, Triple H really wanted to be a part of anything that was big. Like if Shawn was in the ring with The Undertaker, he wanted to put his nose in there. With Mike Tyson, with Austin, in the press conference, he wanted to make sure his head was in the middle, like as behind Shawn, as Shawn's like lackey. He did seem like a kiss ass, like what Bret Hart said he was. So yeah, yeah. So I guess British Bulldog and Shane McMahon were in the brawl when Bret punched Vince. Bulldog kind of held Shane back because Shane, like he says his dad getting punched out, especially when your dad's Vince McMahon. But then Bulldog held Shane off. Apparently, I'm sure Owen Hart did something too. Owen Hart isn't just gonna stand there and have fucking everybody join in, but him, not him. Obviously, we can't hear from Owen and the Bulldog, which sucks. I'm sure if their stories were around, it'd be a lot easier, but they both had to die. Bulldog and Owen did. If Bulldog, no one didn't die, can you imagine the shoot promos there would be about this? We only get to see one side of the story. I mean, if there was some other side of the story, it'd be compelling. Hearing Bulldog's story of the screw job or Owen Hart's be interesting. But unfortunately, they're gone, and we don't get their story. What else could we talk about behind the scenes? But what they did the following Raws with the midget of Bret Hart, it's disgusting. It's gross. Uncalled for is one way to put it, Brian. I think fucking disgusting is another way. I think when he did that, he was trying to be funny, obviously, like he always is. Welcome back, Moses. Did you part the Red Seas? Just kidding. Laughing at my own joke, but it is funny. You have to admit that it is kind of funny. Yeah, and he put the Canadian flags in his nose, and he proceeded to wipe his navel cavity. But that's Shawn Michaels for you. Back before he found God, of course. Even though he swore to fucking God as his witness that he had no part of the screw job. What else backstage happened there, Brian, that I haven't covered? Hey, Moses. If you're new to the channel, say hello. Hopefully, like and subscribe to your channel, Brian. Just got a phone message. I gotta go. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I apologize for this very much, but I'll be back in 5 minutes. Thanks, Landon, for doing that. Just tell people in the chat that I'll be back in 5 minutes. Sorry, guys, I have to go. It's pretty important. Sorry to be back, guys. I'm back now. Sorry to be gone, guys. I'm back now. Nice to see 4 people in here. Thank you for staying. Yeah, Moses, you just copy and paste Brian's username in and into YouTube and then search it. He's the one with 320 something subscribers. That's how you do that. So what's everyone up to tonight? Talk about it in the chat. Just chilling in my podcast here. We were talking about Montreal Screwjob, but it's kind of like a dead horse. It's sort of like beating up a dead horse. Is my mic working now? 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 How about it now, Brian? Is it working fine now? Is it working fine now? Is there a difference? Okay, thanks. Brian, don't worry, we'll get your subs. We'll get your subs, bud. Just go to Brian's channel, copy and paste his name into the search. Thanks, Landon. Appreciate that. So, what else about Montreal should we talk about? That Shawn Michaels was a liar. Triple H was trying to get in on it. The more I believe Triple H being in on it, the more I hear about it, the more I believe about it. Just look at how he craves the power now. There you go, Brian. You got a couple new subscribers now. Obviously, if you're new to my channel, hit subscribe as well. If you're new to the chat, say hello. I like meeting people that way. There's a few people in the chat right now, so thanks for hitting the thumbs up. It helps the YouTube algorithm, helps my channel. So thank you for hitting the thumbs up if you're new in here. Or you're not new in here and you just hit the thumbs up anyway. I appreciate it. Thanks again. Just hit 5 likes. Five likes, 3 people, it says. That should be Landon, Moses, and Brian. That should be my 3 people that are in here. Moses, what name should I call you again? What's your first name? Is it Moses? Just trying to see if that's actually your name. Cool. That's your name then. Yeah. All right. All right, Landon. Nice meeting you. Thanks for subscribing. Come back next time. It's been a pleasure meeting you, man. You're always welcome on this channel, Landon. Maybe you'll be a moderator. Maybe you'll be a moderator in the future here on my channel. Thanks for saying goodbye to him too, Brian. Always good to meet new people. You have a good night, buddy, Landon. Peace. Thanks. Thanks, bro. Peace out. So, what else about Montreal that hasn't been beaten to death like a dead horse can there be talked about? Earl Hebner is a liar. Shawn Michaels is a liar. Triple H is a hypocrite. Vince McMahon gets a black eye. That's about it. And then the next night on Nitro, Eric Bischoff says, Bret Hart, I didn't know you were that much of a knockout kind of guy. And then him and Hogan are laughing. Savage is smiling with the shades on. It was funny on Nitro when they did that. If you're new in the channel right here, if you're new to this chat, say hello. I like meeting people this way. Hit the like and say hello. And subscribe to my channel, of course, if you haven't. I appreciate all the love. Yeah, the NWO versus NWO was pretty wicked. I'm almost at those episodes right now. I'm in February of 1998 with what I haven't posted all my content yet. My content is work in progress, but with where I'm watching to review, I'm in February of 1998 for Nitro and Raw. Even though I'm just on where I post on YouTube, I'm in October 1997 there, but I'm watching up to February 98 with where I am. I've just recorded a lot of videos, so I just post them with pictures that I edit into my videos. So I'm in February of 98 watching it wise, but posting stuff on my page, that's only in October 97. So I'm like 5 months ahead on content. So I've got like 5 months worth of content still to produce that I just need to edit and add pictures and stuff to. So I'm having a good time rewatching it anyway. The NWOs are going to rival pretty soon against each other with where I am watching it. Yeah, definitely hit a like and a subscribe if you're new here. Say hello too in the chat. Don't be shy. Always great meeting new people. But it is Saturday night. I understand that. So what else should we talk about? So what do you want to talk about? He needs a new line, hey? Cody Rhodes needs a new line. So get new content. It's not bad. And let me talk to you. That's not bad because he's not asking the crowd anything. Some people come into my stream chats and they'll just lurk and not chat, not talk to me in my chat. Yeah, that's how somebody's. There's a couple of people in this chat right now not typing or anything, which is fine. If you guys just want to watch everything and watch me talk, that's cool. No judgments. But I just say hit like or say hello or subscribe just to be social. I like meeting new people that way. So that's why I ask people to chat. But if you just want to be in here and just watch, totally fine too. I'm an open forum, open to everyone and anyone. So I hear you saying, Brian. There's people here like that too. We don't discriminate on this channel, and if you do, you're banned. Poof. like that other guy, right, Brian? We won't talk about that on the air, but like the other guy. Don't let him bother you. You're a good guy and you're a great podcaster. Don't let him bother you. I know it's kind of hard not to, but try. So we got 4 people in here right now, 5 likes. Moses, are you still in here? You turned me away. CM Punk, you're a hypocrite. I give these fans the evidence, but they turn me away. Drew McIntyre. You turned me away. This is how you do it. You turned me away. That won't ever get old. That won't ever get old. I got the evidence, but you turned me away. Ever since I started saying that, people left the chat. You're the only one in here now, Brian. Ever since I did the you turned me away, they all turned me away. 3 people left, eh? When I said you turned me away, the Drew McIntyre quote, 3 people left the chat. Just when I said that. You turned me away. And then another person. Someone else just joined and left. A bunch of lurkers, a bunch of dead fish. Rotten fish leaving my chat. Right, Brian? Just rotten fish. I bet you're happy you got a couple new subs, or at least one new sub. Now you're past the 325 club, Brian. Yeah. Those rotten fish, they can be gone. See ya. I like the fact that Netflix bought WWE because now you can watch all the old pay per views on Netflix now. It's pretty cool. I didn't think Netflix was going to air a lot of that stuff, but they do. They didn't turn me away. So I think we talked about Montreal enough. What other topic do we need to discuss? How about the Royal Rumble next year being in Saudi Arabia? Ugh. So you're telling me they're gonna do the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in a different language? Omena, say, Senwa, Bella. And that shit absolutely sucks. That's how JD talked, right, Brian? That shit absolutely sucks. What I don't get is this. Well, it's just they're gonna be doing the countdown clock, right? In a different language. Why would you have the Royal Rumble there? So I'll do about another 10 minutes of the live stream. We'll see what happens in the next 10 minutes. If a few people are in here, I'll continue it, and if it's just one or two people, I'll stop in about 10 minutes. But a few people just join the chat. If you're new here, join my channel, subscribe, hit the like, and talk in the chat. I love meeting new people. That's one of the ways to do it. That's one of the avenues. Say hello in the chat if you're new here. Captain Rogers, how's it going, buddy? There's somebody new. I believe you're new, right? Are you new, Captain Rogers? Would you mind doing me a favor, and that's subscribing to my channel? I'm trying to build my channel, and I like meeting new people. Well, I'm glad, Brian. I'm glad you do. You got 2 new subscribers. That's great. Sorry, Captain Rogers, to ask you that from the very jump, but when I see new people, I want to get to talk to them, and it's better when they're joining my channel because then you could lose track. Well, I review the Nitros and Raws from 1997, 98, 95, 96, 97. I'm in 98 now. I thought the first episode of Raw was good. So if you tell me you've joined my channel, let me know if you do or not. If you subscribe, I mean. And then give me your first name if you want. I like calling people by their names when I get to know them. Or I saw I get referred to you as Captain Rogers, but I don't know. The first episode of Raw, I think they did a really good job. I do. Oh, it is? You want me to sub to your channel, Captain Rogers? Like, if you do me, I'll do yours. I hope you do because I'm trying to grow the channel. Did you subscribe to the channel, Captain Rogers? I don't think they did Cody wrong. Not necessarily. I thought The Rock putting him over was pretty good, even more so than he has. Thanks, buddy. Do you want me to keep calling you Captain Rogers, though? Or do you got a better name I should go by? Yeah, I agree with that, Brian. It was. Sure, I'll call you Cap. No problem, Cap. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up, too, when you came in here, Cap. I'm pretty sure that was you. We were just talking about the Montreal screw job beating a dead horse. And if Cap, if you want, you could copy and paste Brian's username, Brian Sports Entertainment, into your search bar, and then there'll be somebody with about 320 something subs, and just sub to his channel. He's my friend Brian. He's got a good podcast. If you don't mind, I'm sorry to get you to sub to everything, but Brian's a friend and he's looking for subs. That shit absolutely sucks. That's their best JD from New York 206 impression. So how you been, Cap? How's your day been? Yeah, it's a hustle. I don't know, Brian. Maybe you got to make your name more. You got to make your name more outlandish, so people when they search it, it's just you. Because Brian Sports, there's probably a million Brians out there that do sports, but it's a good name, Brian Sports Entertainment. It's true. You're doing sports and entertainment, or both. So it's a good name, but as far as finding you, a lot of people have problems finding your name. But you shouldn't have too much of a problem if you just copy and paste it into your search bar. Anyway, we talked about the Montreal screw job, but that's like beating a dead horse at this point. The British Bulldog, Owen Hart, they both were probably in on that. Not in on the screw job, but in on the backstage brawl when Brett punched out Vince in the face, and Vince got a black eye. Apparently, Shane McMahon and Bulldog had to be pulled off them. Owen, you got to think that Owen, being his brother, was all in on that as well. Having any luck, Cap? So, what do you want to talk about? Well, I hated that too, and I'm pretty sure Austin hated it. But I don't know what Owen Hart was thinking. I think if you go back and watch the clip, Owen was it was in a tombstone pile driver position himself, and his neck was vulnerable. He was in the air midway. So if you're in the air midway, then you stand on your ground, you're a little bit spinny, you're a little dizzy. And then when Austin's body weight was transitioned from above to under for the tombstone pile driver, the spike pile driver, Owen must have been dizzy, and Owen didn't get his legs where he had to be. And because of that, Austin's head leaked before his legs. And then he was dropped right on his head, right on his bald head. Austin was scared. He said, "Tell him not to fucking touch me. Tell him not to fucking touch me." And Owen right away just said, "He's done. He's done. I did it. Now you're going to kiss my ass." Obviously, improvising. But yeah, Austin couldn't move or anything. He was icy cold. He thought he was going to be paralyzed. And it's amazing that he wasn't. You go back and rewatch that. That's a fucking hard thing to watch. It's like Sid's leg in Mayhem. I think it was at Mayhem, WC or Sin, one of the dumb WCW pay per view names. Sid jumped off the top and his leg just completely dislocated. Oh god, I'm just thinking of it now. The bone was sticking out in the leg. But anyway, if you rewatch Austin being pile driven, it gets you the shakes, man. It's really it's rough. I'll tell you that. It's rough. So I thought I'd make this live stream about an hour long. We're half a minute from that. If there's 3 or 4 people or more in the next 5 minutes, I'll stay. If there's less than three, if there's two, one, or zero in here, I'll go. We're at two right now. I appreciate you guys being in here. We just hit the hour mark. Seeing what people want to talk about tonight. What do you want to talk about? How about a new line? Oh, we haven't talked about Seth Rollins' annoying fucking entrance theme. Oh, 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 kill me now. This shit sucks. What do you think of that song, Brian? Let me hear Brian. Let me hear what you think of that song. Yeah, that's very true, Landon. Or you're not Landon. What am I talking about? Cap, that's very true. WCW didn't know how to book Bret Hart. That's the problem. Yeah, at least the architect, Seth Rollins, didn't have that annoying song. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, man. Can't believe that song. They think that people like that shit. They actually think that people like that shit. Yeah, I already told him to do that, Brian. I'm sure he's tried. Well, when you get out to your URL next time, do that. Just do it then. Just copy and paste his name now to like your phone, and then search it later. Well, I'll subscribe to you, Cap. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute after this chat, after this live stream. I'm thinking that Cody might lose his belt before WrestleMania. I don't think they're gonna do CM Punk Cody. I think they're gonna do CM Punk someone, maybe Rollins or the world champion, whoever that is. Um, I just see CM Punk headlining one of the nights. I can't see the other way, any other way. LA Knight maybe, but either that him or Punk, I probably could foresee that. Yeah, they were the final two in the Royal Rumble last year. Remember that? Then he said, "I'm not going to lose to Dusky's kid," and got thrown out. Don't worry, Cap. I'll subscribe to you after my live stream. If you do to my live stream, say hello in the chat, hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I like to meet new people on here. That's how one of the avenues I take. But yeah, I think Punk and Cody, they were the last two people in the Rumble last year, so that's a possibility. So skip a Punk defeating Moxley with two GTS, and then he hit Rollins with the same. So it'd be cool to see him and Roman, and he does the same thing. Yeah, yeah, that would be cool. Who do you think's gonna win the Royal Rumble? Okay, Cap, nice to meet you. I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's 10:15 here, and it's 1:15 in where Brian is. So I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks for being a part of this live stream, guys. Do it next time as well. And I disagree with the Rumble being there next year as well. All right, Brian. We'll see you tomorrow, buddy, and see you next time, Cap. Thanks, guys, for being here. For Brett Mix, this is the late night Saturday night live stream, January 11th, 2025. And yes, Cap, that Rumble is stacked. We'll see you later. Oh, yeah, John Cena. Very true. Very true. But he can't see me. And now neither can you.